Okay, today what we're going to do is we're going to do long division, where we're going to take a polynomial and divide it by a binomial. Now this is really a really hard technique if we did it the old-fashioned way, but there's a cool trick called synthetic division. How synthetic division works is this. Okay, you ready? Make an upside down division sign. We are not going to use the x's at all. We're just going to use the numbers. So we're going to put the 3 here, 4, -2, and 4. So we put all of the numbers, the 3, the 4, the -2, and the 4, right here. So we got rid of the x's, but we'll bring the x variables back when we're done. Okay? Sorry, James. Oh, sorry, you guys. They're right here. Okay, sorry. So put your line underneath, and I'm going to put a little box right here. This box is where the remainder goes. Okay, the box is where the remainder goes. Okay. Now, I want to divide by x plus 2, but I'm going to put the opposite. I'm going to put the opposite of positive 2 right there, because x plus 2, if I set it equal to 0, I really get an x equals to -2. So I take the opposite, so I put a -2 here. Okay. So I just take the opposite of what I'm dividing by -2. Now, step 1, and always do this. I had a student in second period that put a number here and it really messed her up. Always put your arrow there, okay? Because if you put your arrow there, you won't put a number there, okay? So bring your arrow. So the first step is to bring the first term straight down. 3, okay? Now you're going to multiply. I'm going to go 3 times -2 is -6. I'm going to add, not subtract. I'm going to add, okay? 4 plus a -6 and -2. Okay. Then I'm going to multiply. -2 times -2 is a positive 4. Then I'm going to add. -2 plus 4 is a 2. I'm going to multiply. And I'm going to end up with a -4. And I get a remainder of 0. Now that's great. Here's what I know. If I get a remainder of 0, then x plus 2 is a factor. Okay. Now what is the answer though? We do know that this is a factor. X plus 2 is a factor because we got a remainder of 0. But the answer is this. Let's bring the x's back in. So when we write the x's, it's going to be 1 less power. So 1 less degree than the original. Okay, so the original was a cube. So my answer is going to be an x squared. It's going to be, and I'll write it down, 3x squared minus 2x plus 2. That is the answer, and there's no remainder. 3x squared, because it's 1 less degree, so my answer is a 3x squared minus 2x plus 2. That's the answer. So, because it's a factor, and here's something a little extra on the side, because it is a factor, you don't need to write this down, but because it's a factor, I know that this, 3x squared minus 2x plus 2, times x plus 2, I know this times this will actually equal the original. It will. And we wouldn't have to multiply it out. We know that this, x plus 2, times by 3x squared minus my 2x plus 2. If I multiplied it, it would equal the original polynomial because we got a remainder of 0. It's a factor, okay? All right, let's do example 2. In fact, it'd be better if you tried to do example 2 on your own, okay? Give it a try. Give yourselves 5, let's give you 3-4 minutes to do it, okay? Give it a try. Try and do it on your own. And we are still recording. So if you watch this film, we're just going to have blank something going on right now. But you're doing it right, okay? Okay, so I'm going to take 2 into, I'm just going to set it up. I'm not going to do it. You should be ahead of me, right? You should be ahead of me. 3, 4, -2, 4. Okay. Okay. Did you get a remainder? If you got a remainder of 40, you did it right.
A remainder of what?
40. If you got a remainder of 40, you did it right. That's what I'm going to do. That's right. Okay. Okay. Micaiah, did you guys get a remainder of 40? Okay, so bring down your 3, right? Multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, you get 40. Now that is not the answer, but we're ready to put the answer down. So the answer is going to be 3x squared, because it's 1 less degree, plus 10x, plus 18, plus 40 over x minus 2. Okay, raise your hand if you got that answer. Nice.
On number 3, do you plug in the 2 after you do it all?
No. Before, okay? Now, okay? Example 3. So example 3 says P of 2. We're not going to divide. P of 2. What does P of 2 mean?
0.
Plug it in. Let's plug it in, okay? We'll plug it in. So we're going to go P of 2 is equal to 3 times 2 cubed plus 4 times 2 squared minus 2 times 2 plus 4. Okay, so if I use my calculator, it's easier, right? I mean, if I just let my calculator work, right? I'm going to go to my 3 times 2 to the 3rd power plus 4 times 2 squared minus 2 times 2 plus 4. I get 40. Okay, do you notice anything?
The x is the same.
It's the same as what? Say it. It's the same as what? It's the same as the what? The remainder. Okay, now, so this is called synthetic substitution. Now, we don't have the answer. All we have is the remainder. We don't have the answer. We didn't divide it, but we have the remainder. Now, the reason synthetic substitution is important is because I could ask, is this a factor? Is this a factor? Well, you could divide it out and say, well, no. Or you could save yourself a whole lot of trouble. You can just plug it in, and if you get an answer that is not 0, it's not a factor. Now, we didn't get the answer, but we answered the question. My question is x minus 2 a factor?
Wait, and then you always take...
If you plug it in and you don't get 0, it is not a factor. We knew it wasn't a factor because the remainder was not 0. Isn't that cool?
Wait, if we wanted to do that and you gave us like the exact same thing as 2, then you would do the opposite of x. You'd use like what? X
Always the opposite. Always the opposite, okay? All right, now turn the page, right? Now, example 4. Now you got to be careful on the back page. There's something missing. What's missing?
The x squared.
Good. So you need to put a 0 in there. You have to put a 0. So you have to have a place value for everything. Yes. So I'm going to rewrite h of x as x cubed plus 0x squared plus a 3x minus 12. Okay? So don't forget if you're missing a term, like this goes cubed, squared, x, and then number. You have to have every term represented so that when you do your synthetic division, you have a spot for it, okay? All right, give it a try. See what you get.
Would it be 1?
Yeah, it is a 1. In fact, I'll put the 1 there. Yeah. Okay, I have a 1x squared plus a 3x plus a 12 plus a 24 over x minus 3.
24 is 24.
Yeah.
Wait, the remainder is 24?
Yes. Did you get 24?
Yes.
Nice. So, here's what I got. So I'm going to take my 3. I'm going to go 1, 0, 3, negative 12, right? Bring down the first term. Don't forget to put your arrow, because that way you won't put a number there, right?
Right.
So then you get a 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Add, multiply, add, multiply, and you get a remainder of 24. Now that is not the answer, but we're close, aren't we? That's not the answer. The answer is a 1x squared plus a 3x plus 12 plus 24 over x minus 3. Now, before I conclude, okay, now, it's easy, right? Just be careful to not make mistakes, okay? Because it's really a simple process, okay?